We had $150,000 in our increases in special education, given some May and June move-in towns. And we had another $150,000 of concern about special education reductions in circuit breaker funding. At that point, we had a Senate number that was very pessimistic. So those were the three questions, and they amounted to some $440,000. But as we know, town meeting decided to provide an appropriation to the school committee that increased, if you will, those two $150,000 questions. So therefore, that's our spending plan at this point. And we're moving ahead with loading the budget, buying materials, developing salary agreements, all of the components of starting the school year based on that number.
The 22,802 number that was approved at town meeting.
Yes.
Above
The out of balance
available
budget.
funds. Yes.
Well, you know.
I understand,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah.
there's as far as we know right now, there's no funds to cover
True.
296,000 of that budget.
Right.
But you know, and I don't say this argumentatively, but as business manager, my job and responsibility is to develop a spending plan based on that appropriation.
Right.
So, I'm not naive to those other questions,
Right.
but we're moving ahead along that straight arrow, frankly. Should changes take place over the weeks and months to come, we'll deal with that.
Now, Carl, do you understand the impact of, I mean, I know you understand the impact, but to our district, for example, the conference committee budget would approve as $141 million for circuit breaker, whereas for this year, the circuit breaker number was $215 million.
Yes.
Is that going to be that $150,000 impact that we already built in, or could it be more? Can you read anything into that number as far as the impact on us?
I am taking a very cautious approach to this process. The governor hasn't yet signed the budget.
Right.
It's still a conference committee budget. The governor is supposed to, he has 10 days, and that brings him through June 29th. There are rumors that he will or won't increase the circuit breaker. There's also a 2% decrease in the Chapter 70 allotment.
Right.
So the concern you note is one of dozens, I think, that we might potentially have. Remember, grants are part of our budget. There are state grants that could be impacted. So I think that there are no questions to some of these. There are no answers to some of these questions until the governor signs the budget.
Right, and the other question was, which we don't have an answer to, is the latest number for our stimulus funds is about $75,000 to $80,000 less than what we thought we were going to get. Instead of 853, it's 775,942. Again,
I know.
we don't know until the governor signs it